Yo, one of the most iconic DJs that ever blessed the airwaves. Atlanta legend, this guy is representing the South, East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. One of the illest producers in the game. He put together songs that made the world rock. Ladies and gentlemen, V103's finest. I'm saying that right, Greg?
You almost there. What up, Sway?
Hey, yo, Greg Street, ladies and gentlemen, Greg Street.
Well, he said you almost there, almost.
Hey, but Heather, outside of all that garbage, he is my dog, man. He is my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to talk about all that.
Yeah, we don't even have to talk about all of that. Okay, cool, man. What we gonna talk about though, Greg Street? First of all, when I come to Atlanta, man, he's always the first person I call, but. You know, we soldiers who've been marching this march for a long time. He been marching as long as me, longer on the. Greg, what year you came on the radio again?
Man, this year was my 25th year at V103. But I was when me and you first got out. I think I might have been in Houston. That was like in 1990.
Yeah, that was in 1990, and that's the year me and Tech came on air in San Francisco. So he's the guy that I look to. You know what I mean? Like, damn, let me see how he peeled their cap and stayed in the game longer. You know, it's people who are around us that's been functioning, that have done things that the public may not even realize. A lot of folks know who Greg Street is, but maybe don't realize the gravity of the impact he's made. One of the best to ever do it, but that ain't why I'm calling him right now. Like, I start talking about one of my passions I grew up with before I even got into hip-hop, and Greg started challenging me to a versus on the water, you know, and he's an angler too, Heather B. He's an angler too. And so I wanted to talk about it, man. Greg, what up, man? We got a battle? What we doing?
I really like I understand how competitive the fishing game is.
Uh-huh. Damn,
Where
man.
Greg at?
Greg, your phone going in and out. What, you on the water right now? You on the lake?
No, it's going out.
Yeah, it's going
Can
out.
you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead. What were
Can you hear
saying?
me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead. Damn.
Sitting out on the water, having fun with your friends, people that you love fish with, and just like
Yo, Greg, stop. It's good. Find a location, test it, and find a location that you can stand in, because right now it's in and out.
Greg needs a landline. Greg might really be the host.
This Verizon. Can you hear me now?
You got a group of people behind you? Shit. All right, go ahead. I can hear you now. Go ahead. Don't move. Say what you were saying.
Like when I really started getting back into it real heavy a few years ago, I know a lot of influential people from behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And one of the things with on the urban side of fishing that really holds our side back from getting into the limelight is we're so competitive.
Yeah.
And what you have to understand about being a good angler, on any given day, anybody that's a good angler can go out and catch a big fish. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anybody that's a good angler can go out on a good day and catch a lot of fish. Mm-hmm. So the real strategy behind it, how when you look at the guys who've really been successful at it, like when you go all the way back to your Hank Parkers and your Bill Dances and your Johnny Morrises, when you look at all these guys and you really look at the game, you move forward all the way to Mike Iaconelli and Kevin Van Dam and all these guys. The reason why they're able to do what they're able to do, because yes, there is a spirit of competition, but it's also more of like a fraternity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're able to blow up and really make a living from fishing.
Mm-hmm. The fishing tournaments, like you could win $250,000 in the fishing tournament. What's the biggest prize what's the biggest purse in a tournament you've seen, Greg?
Probably like 250, 300.
300.
When you talk about Bassmaster Classic, FLW, and all these different tournaments, like it's a serious game. A lot of people don't realize that bass fishing alone, not going catching a mackerel, going catching some redfish, going catching some red snapper, going catching some white trout, or going to the ocean deep sea fishing, going catching crappie or brim. Bass fishing alone is like a $750 billion industry.
Annually.
Like, people don't understand how big it is. Like, it's crazy. Like, when you see guys like, like Mozan fishing for hip hop, who's an incredible angler. When you see a lot, Ish Monroe and all these different people, Brian Latimer won a big tournament last year, which enabled him to go from, he left, I think, did he leave Bassmaster and go to FLW? He left FLW. I think he left FLW and went to Bassmaster.
Bassmaster, yeah.
But it's like when you have a brand in the game, you make so much money from endorsements and branding and different things because there's so much money in the industry. So, like, over the past 2 years, I met a guy since I've been living in Atlanta, Hood Hudson, calls himself Kings of Bass, and we teamed up together. We've been doing some stuff. I did a few tournaments. I do a lot of I do my tournaments in places where people traditionally wouldn't be able to get to do tournaments. Like one place I did one that they never had a tournament. I actually did tournaments at 3 or 4 places that had never ever done a tournament. But one place I did a tournament at, they only allow the residents of the county to even fish in this reservoir 6 times out of the year.
That's it?
I think it's 1 time in March, 2 times in April, 2 times in May, April, May, June, July, or something like that. But it's only 6 times a year. 1 time in 1 month, 2 times in 1 month, 2 times in 1 month, 1 time in the next month. So it's like, I have another whole philosophy that we'll talk about off the radio because you're my dog. But I know this Sway's universe. It's a lot of biters out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of haters out there. You know, so I might be talking too much right now, but because you're my homie, you know what I'm saying? I'll roll the dice with you. But you know what I'm saying? But
no, you know what? Here's my thing, Greg. Like, I grew up fishing. Like I said, before I even got into hip hop. This is how my family stayed close knit. My grandfather and my grandmother, Claude Waters and Elsie Waters. That's how we came together. They're from the South. They're from Louisiana. They fished off we fished, bass. They were big on catfish, panfish, crappie, perch.
Because you got a lot of rivers down there. So I'm from Hattiesburg, so it's only I used to deep sea fish as a kid. My dad used to go off the coast of New Orleans, out of Slidell to deep sea fish. So I fished the coast from Moss Point, Pascagoula, Gulfport, Biloxi, Slidell, all the way to New Orleans. But my real passion was bass fishing that I just happened to take up on my own as a kid, brim fishing with my dad. Because, like early in the morning when you're fishing and you're a real little kid, your parents don't want you around the boat. You know what I'm saying? When they pull in the what do they call them? The tides, how the thing spins around. They don't want you around the boat. So I used to walk around the bank and walk around the dock to see the bass in the water. But we never fished for bass, so it gave me an interest in doing it. And I just started doing it on my own when I was like 10, 11. Yep, and it just kind of stuck with me.
And that thing kept us, like, throughout my elementary, junior high school years, man, that thing kept us out the streets. Even though we lived where we lived, and then we just grew. We started fishing in the bay, and we started catching sturgeon, and we started catching even shark and flounder and striped bass and, all of these different trout. Oh, man, I'm a master trout fisher, angler. I'm not a master bass angler yet. Yo, guess who we got on the line? Just called in. We've been shouting him out all morning from Fishing for Hip Hop. What up, man? Mozan, what up, bro?
Peace to the gods. Peace
to the gods.
Hey.
You just spoke him up, Greg Street.
Sway's whole tribe is in here.
That was good. Yo, I just wanna real quick, I don't know how much time you got left on your segment for your show. Yeah. But fishing, yes, has been passed down from generations and generations. As slaves, of course, we had to do what? Live by the riverside, catch crabs, shrimp, clams, fish to provide and feed for ourselves. Lobster was like garbage food. Now all these things are taken to a whole nother level. And what I'm doing is exposing the fact that we are green, we are conservationists, we are outdoorsmen, we are the wildlife masters. We started this, we created this whole situation of fishing in the outdoors. Now it's being put out as if black people do not fish. We're not branded to. We're not marketed to. We're not in these magazines. Then you have a brother from the Georgia area that came out with English Paradise, the first black fishing TV show I've ever seen. That didn't last but so long, but he had an opportunity. It's a lot of black bass teams and organizations and fishing companies that run tournaments and everything throughout the world. You travel around the world. All your pro guides and are black or Hispanic around the world when you're traveling on vacation. But in the media, magazines, social media pages, all these different brands and the fishing companies, they do not elevate us. Why? Because they want to make the industry seem like it's theirs, like it's their own, like they're the master. I'm here to change that narrative. I'm the master. I'm a fly fisherman. I teach fly fishing. I teach children, women how to fish. When I started knocking on the door in the fly fishing industry, they're like, no, we don't want to promote black men. We only want your women and your children. They're trying to eliminate us as black men as being leaders in that industry. Yeah. Now, in the fishing for hip-hop side, I put these two industries together on the business aspect. A lot of brothers out here, they grew up fishing. They're in the industry, in the hip-hop industry. They love fishing, but they were never thinking about it as a business. So my whole mission and goal was to elevate that in the minds of the kids, that they can turn this into a business and get that money.
Let me say this.
What's up?
I think first of all, I love what you do. You and I have communicated for
years. We communicated plenty of times. Love it. Thank you.
Absolutely, and shouted out Fishing for Hip Hop on the show a few times, and always tell people to check out what you're doing, because I think it's amazing how you pass on this information. Because I'm a master of information, and I love that. But I think we have a golden opportunity now. And I know Greg Street has been fishing as long as I've known him. I know what I've tried to do on the TV side with fishing in the whole nine, and I see what you do on the ground. We have a great opportunity now for folks like us to all come together, and regardless of what they haven't done or what they won't do for us, we could just do for ourselves. And I think we got to galvanize our energy, our resources, our minds, and our ideas and work together. And not work in silos. And I think you've been a great example of that. And Greg Street, too, what I've been watching him do over the years. So I think that's the conversation I like to have with you guys. How do we make that happen? I don't want no handouts. I don't care if, I'm tired of them days of asking. I think we're in a great.
We just do it.
I agree with you. I'm 100% available. I work for myself. I run and operate my own companies, which is Vintage Frozen Custard Ice Cream Parlor, the first in Georgia history with a food truck, first black-owned frozen custard ice cream parlor in Georgia history, from the city of Atlanta to now I'm in the city of Roswell. The real estate, the business, the land, all owned and operated by myself. On the flip side, my Fishing for Hip Hop. Anything y'all need in regards to that, Street will let you know. I've been screaming this for the last 12 years. I'm here. Let's go. Whatever I can do.
There you go.
The only light I've been given so far, not knocking what you've done and shout outs and mentions on your show, but the state of Colorado. Magazines, news, different news channels, many things I've been doing and flying out there and teaching like 30 to 40 kids at a time, doing virtual fishing summer camps and stuff like that, participating in wounded troops, fishing tournaments, and giving back in so many different ways. So any way that I can help, I do my own personal fishing tournaments. But anything I can help anyone in this industry, hip-hop and fishing industry, add on. It's very easy, and it's not always about money. So if someone wants advice, any type of knowledge, how to tie a knot, how to cast a fly rod, how to tie a fly, how to catch marlin, how to catch largemouth bass, whatever. I'm here. I'm full of knowledge. I'm full of the information, and it's not all about the green dollar. So anything I can add on to help generational wealth with our nation, our people to rise and elevate, I'm here. I'm screaming as loud as I can.
Get that man around.
Let me help.
There it is. Man,
dope.
I appreciate you, man. I didn't even know you was tuned in like that, man.
I've been fishing since I was 2.
I mean the show. I didn't know you were tuned into the show like that.
Bro, I got 1,000 people that call my phone when they hear my name.
Oh, okay, good. That's what's up.
I'm a citizen.
There you go, man. Man, I just sent you a text with my cell, and man, keep doing what you're doing, and everybody follow Fishing for Hip Hop, and you see the amazing work he does, man. Thank you for calling in, brother. Yeah, thank you for calling in, family.
My man, if I build with you soon, y'all stay focused. Anything I could do, let me know. New York, Atlanta, L.A., wherever. I fly all over the world to fish, so it's easy as nothing. We just got to do it.
There it is, man. Mozan, I appreciate you, man.
All right, peace.
Take care, family.
Have a blessed day.
You see what we doing here, Greg Street? This is how we going to put it together. We're going to bring
you
them all in.
already know, man. Mozan actually came to me. It's been like 20 years ago because I was still living in Stone Mountain when I first met him with the whole Fish for Hip Hop movement, and because it was like around the time when Goody Mob first album came out. That's how long ago it's been. But we got a lot of stuff going on. I actually been working on a TV show. I took Coach K on a little trip. I took Frank Ski on a little fishing trip. I took Lil Yachty, E.C. Young Fly, Quavo from Migos and his dad. So we got a lot of stuff moving around. Hopefully you'll bring Heather B. Me and Kendall Newsom also do. You know, Kendall Newsom will play for the Miami Dolphins. We do a thing called Teach a Child to Fish, where we actually do different programs, and we're actually working on a whole platform to start showcasing more of what is being done with Fishing for Hip Hop, and with Teach a Child to Fish.
Okay, well, so check this out. I'm gonna hit you up. That's what this is all about. This is why I'm hitting you, because we're gonna create our own industry.
We have to. Like I stopped. I Sway. You know me. I stopped being. I don't get mad at nobody for feeling like they can keep me from doing something because they think they can control the industry. You can't. And that's one of the things I was trying to get Mozan to understand with Fish for Hip Hop. These people can't control you. You have to do what you do because you really have more influence than them. Yeah. Like my whole thing is this. Me as an angler who just loves to fish that's not a professional, I have more influence than a professional fisherman because people that watch a professional angler don't think that they can fish like them. But they think they can fish like me. So they're going to go buy the rods that I buy or the reels that I buy or the product that I buy. So in reality, we not being professionals but having a brand, we really have more influence. Like I can send you texts from people, hey, man, I'm trying to buy a fishing reel. What should I buy? Hey, man, I'm about to get my fishing license. Should I get the trout license also? Hey, when you going to take me fishing? Just all different types of stuff.
I got Kamal Bell on the show coming up in 1 second, but this is what this call was all about. See, this is just this the genesis, huh? Go ahead.
If you don't follow my page, you can follow a lot of stuff that I do on fishing with the hashtag Greg Street Fishing or hashtag my crew, my little crew we got right now is Guppy Gang. I'm actually about to start 6 o'clock fishing, but it's a lot of big things jumping off. Sway, we're gonna build it's not just all about the radio and the media. A lot of stuff is on the ground and behind the scenes. So we'll get on the phone and chop it up and meet up. I know you come to Atlanta sometime. We kick it, or I come to New York and we kick it. But we'll get Heather on the water too. Heather, you got to go fishing, Heather.
Greg, what I'll do is stand on the side and wait for the fish to bring back, and I'll cook them up.
You're gonna go fishing, Heather. Once you do it, you're gonna be hooked.
Greg, why can't I just be great at what I do? Let me just cook the fish up, Greg. Let me chill and get drunk and cook the fish.
Get drunk.
No, because I can cook pretty good myself. I don't really need you for that.
Oh, wait. Okay. Hey, Greg Street, give him a round of applause. I don't even want to go with that.
Right there. He don't need me to be fishing neither, but he want to bring me out on the boat.
Hey, Greg, I love you, brother. Take care, okay, bro? My man, Greg. Yeah, okay. Well, there you got it right there, ladies and gentlemen.